Hello? This thing working? Alright. What's poppin'? Girly pop? Oh yeah. Yo, what's up, Cohen? I was gonna. There we go. What's poppin', gamers? This one's gonna be quick. We only got 2 submissions on this one. I thought this one would have more, but the model is pretty big now that I think about it. So, next challenge though will be pretty interesting. We're gonna get a lot of submissions next one. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's gonna be massive. We're gonna try it out, see how it goes. Was it too loud? I also lowered my gain. Sorry. It's too loud for me even. There we go. I forgot to lower the Spotify volume. How to become Big Master Pro 3D modeler. Weed? A lot of weed. I don't know. A lot of tutorials, man. Thank you, Sabrina Carpenter. Very cool. Let's check it out. We're gonna get this one going. The AT4. The Automatic Transmission 4. I have no idea what it stands for. But this thing's pretty big. Thought it was a lot smaller, but it's actually pretty big of a task, that is. So gave this one like a month and a half to do, something like that, and we got 2 submissions. Pretty cool stuff. These are both participants attached like a little picture of their reference. Super helpful. Thank you guys. Super cool. This one I took myself. This one gives you a really good idea of what the surface is. So these rockets, they're not like solid metal tubes. They're like this like polymer stuff. I don't know what it is, but it's like they're not metal. Metal would be like massive, you know. So, but anyways, I'm like rambling. But answer this is gonna be easy. Oh, there you go, dude. You got all sorts of stuff there. Amsterdam, everything, everything. That's crazy. I want to visit Amsterdam. I visit there one day. That'll be pretty sweet. But yeah, let's check it out. First up, Hex Insanity. He's a challenge winner already, so he's coming back for more. Take a look at the low poly. The low poly was, what was it? My estimation was 20k. That was super low, and it was way too low. So 25k. We're at 31k. Yeah, probably like 35 would have probably been better, because I noticed some of the submissions are a little low, but pretty solid stuff. This screw is pretty dense. Let me draw. Heard your bet to get. I hate when viewports have like the topology like clipping through and shit. So annoying. But not terrible. I see maybe some things could have been optimized a bit better compared to some areas that really kind of need it. That I think we'll see that in the renders. But not bad, not bad. Oh, this render is a little more clear. There we go. Yeah, this topology is good. This like density is pretty good. I love how you bent each individual one like separately, independently from the other. That's pretty nice. Adds that next level of realism to it. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, pretty good. I don't see any like major things. I like how you collapsed this here to bake it down. Nice. That's sweet. I noticed both the try count and the texture resolution kind of makes it feel like an asset from like Arma 3 or something, or DayZ. It's probably a little low here. I think maybe the tube could have been upped a little bit. I would have gone a little high. Yeah, I probably would have gone a little higher on the tube. The tube. Other than that, this type of density is kind of necessary. You could probably collapse this inner ring here. Don't really need that. Not really touching the silhouette at all, so you're probably fine. But it's pretty good. It's a little hard to see some of the smaller areas. Like, I'd like to see how much actual density is in this little piece here, because I'm not sure if it's almost like too dense for it, but it's kind of hard to tell. Kind of the same thing here. This feels pretty dense for compared to everything else. Yeah, I'd like to see how much density this ring has. It looks like, I mean, it's black, you know, it's probably pretty dense, but yeah, I think these bands are just a little low. But we'll see it. We'll see how it looks. Check out the UVs real quick. Overlapping UVs. Something isn't right. Why are all your UVs like doubled? I think it's just a screenshot like thing, but that's kind of weird. These are pretty good. These are fine. These are fantastic even. Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah, nothing you can really do there except maybe like break it and then straighten it out. Not a huge deal. You got some weird stuff going on here. But yeah, it's not bad. Oh, Hex is here. Oh, hello, sir. Yeah, I think it's a screenshot thing. It's like weird. Oh. The UVs are good. Oh shit. I'll be right back. Got to close the window. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, I don't see any like major issues. I would probably just scaled up some of these to fill in this like empty area more. Same here and here. Here. Not bad. Not bad. Sweet. Some of that too. Yeah, like these, you could probably just scale them up. No one's gonna care. Same here, I would have just scaled that up, but pretty good. Those are good UVs. Nice. The poly was pretty good. I didn't see any really like major issues, but we're gonna test it out in the renders here. Let's check it. Let's check it. Let me pull up the reference. We did not model the rocket, that I know. So the problem with this thing is there's so many different like little versions of it. So that's why I kind of just said do whatever you want for the model. Don't worry about it. But not a whole lot of inaccuracies that I'm seeing. This almost looks taller. I think the report. I believe these are the same piece here. Find another reference. A different angle. I think the proportions. I think this is a different version. This looks like it. Okay. Let's check this one. Oh, there's a big one. Oh, all right. That's not bad at all. Yeah, that's pretty good. You got the little lip coming down. You got that piece. Nice. Red tab. Big. What is this thing? Sort of a fuse or something? Cool. You got the tape going down. That's pretty cool. You got the strap too. The strap is nice. Strap does look pretty nice. Yeah, good job on that. You got that. Get the iron sights real quick. Give a render of the iron sight. There we go. I think I saw a good render of the sights somewhere. There it is. Nice. Nice. I want to shoot one of these things. That'd be pretty cool. I saw a really good render of the iron sights somewhere. Like you got that. I don't know what this detail is here, but it looks like we're missing. Not a huge deal. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. I can't really find much. Pretty solid. Oh, and this is the UV spread that I had you do. Looks like the other participant did not include that, which is unfortunate, but we will still provide feedback. That big a deal. Cool. This is like the dune sandworm. It would have been cool if you could add like these broken pieces like here. That'd have been cool. I would have done that. Good. Looks good. Got the bolts there. This little thing comes out. That's nice. I got nothing. I got nothing. Okay. Would have been cool if you had done this like little angle to make it not feel so CG and like perfect, you know? I think I would have done that. Then you got this piece that looks like it's like taped on almost. Is this a cheek rest or is this a rest on it? Looks like a pad, isn't it? Yeah, it looks like a sort of a pad you mount on there. Interesting. This thing's so makeshift for like being so like dangerous. Like it feels like this thing is like held together by glue. But yeah, I got nothing on the model, but yeah, maybe just rotate some of the things so they don't feel as perfect, given how makeshift this thing looks. But other than that, I got nothing, dude. Pretty good. Let's take a look at the textures, because the textures I think is where I have the most notes, if you will. So I see this reference here. I think this reference is what you're trying to match, right? I can't find anyone that has the brighter copper stuff on it, so I think here I would have probably gone like more desaturated, like the reference. And I see a lot of noise in here, but here it kind of looks a little too grainy for the noise. So I would probably tossed it, or maybe just have it be in some areas, because like over here it like the black with the yellow like right next to it looks super noisy. But I do like the smoke like effect you got here that makes it look like it's been shot. You know, that stuff's cool. And then I like how you burned the tip here. That's cool as well. Yeah, I probably would have desaturated a little bit. It feels almost too saturated. Yeah, it feels too like I don't know what I would say. It feels just too bright, I think. I don't know. But check out the rest. Yeah, this thing's definitely like a Arma 3 sort of textile density. I think for the main body, So I think, but you both got it right. Like this, there's no like metallic scratches, you know, anywhere. It's made of a plastic. But I think overall, it feels just too noisy, and I think this is like kind of well, I won't look at it there, but I can kind of see it repeating too much. I can almost see it like pretty much everywhere, and I see you've got like a multiply layer on it, or maybe you just adjusted the balance on like anisotropic lines, but it's almost like too much. I think I would have probably tossed it, and it doesn't. When I look at this, I don't really see like super harsh painted lines like this. Um, it is hard to kind of find the reference for it, but I see what you got here. Hmm. I think what's going on is I think it's just too noisy and too like too much stuff going on, and it's kind of a lower res, and I think it's not really like reading right. You know, it's kind of reading as just kind of a um like a grainy, dirty plastic when it should be more like a painted plastic tube. I think that's what I would have gone for, because these I don't really see the paint strokes in this. I kind of just see like metal machining, if that makes sense. So I would have gone a bit smoother with it. I think I'll have the same feedback on this one as well. Um, this one I think does a little bit better of paint, so you got some like the bigger globs of paint, but I think it's still just kind of too much for low resolution stuff. I think it doesn't read as well. I think we'll go back to that one. Another thing I noticed is that the tape has like the duct tape stuff on it. I don't know if I've seen like black duct tape that looks like that. Um, I would have just made this like electrical tape or something. I mean, I see this tape here, but I don't see. Maybe you have a different reference than I do. Oh, there's other references. These are just lower res. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the tape. I feel like excuse me. I feel like it should just be smoother. Because like when I think of this stuff, I think of duct tape. And duct tape is like I think whiter than what we've got going on here. Um, but I like also how you kind of how it's like stuck to the body of the gun and then it stretches out here, so it's like kind of sticky here. I like that. It's kind of cool. Yeah, that stuff's cool. Um, I feel like I do like how you have some contrast, how this material is nice and smooth. I would have kind of liked to see that here too on this rubber pad. Feels almost too noisy and like kind of looks the same as what's going on right here. I think it's also kind of being treated the same. Um, this right here gives us a lot of good details. So like you can see the edges are a bit darker here. I would have probably added some of that. And you've got this like highlighted area somewhere. Might be a different pad. There's just so many references of this thing. Do you have a different reference? Yeah, I mean, like kind of just looking at the highlight, I think it just should feel a little bit smoother. Maybe you could have strayed from the reference a little bit more and added some more like unique normal as opposed to just kind of surface and Berlin noise kind of looking stuff. Maybe like some smooth stuff with like some little hairs and some tiny like little divots or something, or like a nice chunk of edge wear where this thing got like dropped or something. Not that you'd ever drop one of these, you know, deadly weapons, but um, one thing I think the stickers are super goofy. Not on the model, but just like in general. Like, where's that one that was like instructions fire like this? Like yeah, so um, that does bring me up to something else that I'd noticed when I was loading this guy in is the stickers. Um, So I really like how you handled, I believe this is Geo. Wait, is it not Geo? I can't really tell if the sticker is Geo or not, but that's really good because it's like you can tell it bends here. Yeah, the sticker's done really nicely because you can tell it's got the tape underneath it. That's really nice. However, I would say for a sticker, I don't really expect it to kind of just chip like this cleanly. I'd expect there to be like some leftover residue here. Or some dirt or something that got like stuck there, you know? But other than that, I think the sticker's pretty good. I think maybe just less noise and then maybe some like bubbles or something, you know, some hype bubbles. Because these things sit out in the sun and do nothing. Same kind of same thing here. I'd expect some like residue. Or at least some like how do I put it? Like some like scuffing along the edges here, you know? Like a where the sticker got scraped off as opposed to like cut off, if that makes sense. Um yeah. I think it's just a little too perfect. Some residue would be pretty good. Not a fan of this yellow grunge you got going on here. I can tell you kind of have like this fill layer going on, and I can't tell if it's carrying over to the black. Um, Probably honestly just toss it and just replace it with like a sharper like dirt, I think. What else we got? Yeah, we got a little low res. I think maybe looking back, I think we could have added some more resolution, maybe another texture set, or maybe just had you guys do 4K, you know. But hindsight is always 2020. Yeah, we get a little low res. Maybe that's just DOF, but we get a little low res there. I will say the fabric is pretty cool. You know, it really looks like fabric that belongs in Arma 3 or like Daisy because it's got those like those hairs. It's a little low res. Yeah, I love this stuff. This is why I love game art, dude. I love this stuff. Um, when it comes to these things, I think honestly, I would have gone a bit smoother as well. Um, I think there's just too many noisy materials you got going on here. And I think if you dialed back the main body, these guys, and the pad a little bit and went for like different normal stuff as opposed to just noise, like Berlin noise, I think it would have been a lot better. I feel like the color on this thing is kind of off to match the. Yeah, I feel like the color on these things are kind of off. I would have gone a bit more. Oh, here's a better look at the pad. I guess they drilled a hole in it. Also, if you take a look at the stickers, there's very particular. You can see a very particular, like, sort of bumpy pattern to it. That kind of gives you a good idea of what's going on underneath the surface, you know. Nice, you got these little tiny scratches here. Alright, so here's what I was kind of referring to with the sticker. It kind of peeled off here, but it left the white, like, kind of residue underneath it, you know? That's how I interpret that detail. Yeah, I think the color on these is a bit off. Also, I'm not really sure. I think these could have been handled a bit better. Like, especially removing this and then, like, removing some of the perfect linear edge tracing would have been a bit better. I do see, like, some of the speckled dirt and then some of these, like, red highlights or tones. I don't know what you call it. I think I would have liked to see that a little bit better. And then maybe fillet this edge, like here. Just to give it that soft, rounded plastic feel. You know? I think also our thickness is slightly off. It would be a tiny bit thicker. I apologize if my reference is just not correct as to the one you used, but that's the challenge of this one. Yeah, I think smoother. I think if you went a little smoother, you would have let some of these details shine a little bit more, and that would have been really good. Same thing here. Too much like noise in the diffuse. That's one thing I think I learned early on was if you're do like really low resolution stuff, you can't put a lot of noise in the diffuse unless you're doing like kind of a, unless that's the style, you know, that you're matching. But I'm curious to see where this red dust came from. I see a lot of this like white caked up dirt here. That looks pretty. I'm not seeing any the red dirt. Oh my gosh. You guys don't see the reference? Oh whoop. Uh-oh. This is not good. This is not good. Here. Now you do. Whoops. That's unfortunate, but damn, I wish someone told me sooner. All right. References over here now. Okay, I gotta remember that. I think we're kind of missing some of these like larger scale details too that we see in this reference. Like some of these guys. Yeah, it all kind of feels uniform. Now that I look at it, it all feels very uniform. There's no like major. Also, this render is like. Doesn't we don't see any of those major scratches anywhere. It all kind of feels all the same. Yeah, no one said shit. Damn it. Also, when did I move my? Never mind. It's dumb. But I think he did a good job here, making this really read like a plastic. I think he did a good job here. Nice and smooth. It's got some key details that make it read like plastic. Same thing here, nice and smooth. And probably would have had some more like scuffing and stuff on this piece. But cool. I really like this. You got this like torn piece and then showing like the band underneath. That's pretty cool. Definitely would have removed a lot of the noise from this. Would have removed a lot of the noise. These details are cool though. They make it feel like a plastic. I like it. Take a look at another render. Yeah, this bolt is pretty low. We needed more res. Also, I'm not sure if these screws are totally accurate. They gotta go. I feel like they should go in deeper and then have that like chamfer at the end of them. Yeah. Could be wrong though. Could be wrong. They feel kind of CG. I don't really know how to explain it. One thing I do really like is this rear end piece. I think was done pretty nicely. I see where you got the sort of curvature generator kind of look to it, but I think it works nicely based on the references. I think you did a really nice job with the red stuff. I think maybe a bit too dark in the black. Maybe some lighter dirt. I don't know. Maybe some like lighter dust, you know, instead of the red. So it's not all just red, you know. But other than that, I think it's pretty cool. I think that's just about all I got. Yeah, super solid stuff. Oh, one thing I had on the red button. Red button doesn't feel quite right. These things are supposed to be super plasticky and super soft. These are very. Can you guys see that? Okay. These are supposed to be very juicy normals on these. These are supposed to be super soft plastic. Also, they're a little too dark. I think if you had done more with like a curvature generator and get the highlight going, because you can kind of tell. Plastics in general are just kind of, this is what I kind of do with them. Make them darker and then lighter on the edges. But same thing here. This piece feels way too sharp, I think. We saw that in another reference. Yeah, we can kind of see it here. Major fillet here. Major fillet. Because right now it reads like a metal, but it should read like a black or a red plastic. Check out this render. I don't think I checked out this render. I think you have a really juicy high poly. I can see where the high poly fillet is, but the low poly just doesn't support it, so you get this kind of bad bake right there. Little safety switch. Do we have any renders of that? Nope. Wait. There we go. I think shinier. Looks like it should be a little bit shinier. I think that'd help it stand out a bit more too from the other materials. This screw definitely feels too shallow. And it should also have that inwards chamfer. Maybe you baked it down. You can kind of see a little bit of like a shadow. Maybe you baked it down, but cool. I think that's all I got. Pretty solid stuff. I like the wear you got here. I think it's just too low res. Yeah, that's a shame. I wish someone had said something. We could have gotten a bit more res out of this guy. I would have allowed it, but Google din 912. The hell? You guys know the model of the bolt? That's crazy. How do you guys know this? Well, there you go. Okay, so maybe you don't have a chamfer in there. Does feel deeper though. Bolt should feel a little bit deeper. That's crazy. Din 9. The hell? Damn, y'all are crazy. But pretty good stuff. This render's pretty good right here. This lighting's pretty good. I think overall pretty good. I think the textures could use some more work. The modeling's pretty good. Yeah. Anyone else got anything else they want to add? I think this is your best render. That one feels pretty good. Got some nice plastic details. This render is also pretty good. But all right, I think let's move on. Talha Helvaki. Sorry, I apologize if I mispronounce your name. I apologize. But here we go. Take a look. Let's take a look at the model. We're at 31K tries. All right. There's like a nice overall. There we go. It almost feels like this is slightly thinner than that. Make sure this is normalized. Sure, dude. Sounds good. No problem, man. Anytime. Anytime. Oh, no one got this like angle here. That'd have been cool to add. I'm not sure if modeling these in is gonna benefit you. It's gonna take a lot of tries, and I don't know if that's gonna benefit you. They are pretty common, right? Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. You also did the strap. You don't need this geo here. That's wasting tries there. You got a good wait, yeah. Make sure I didn't move to the other project. You got a good density here. Looks like you did model these in, but they're missing up here. Okay. Activate Windows. Pretty good. It's a little low. We're gonna definitely see this in the renders. A little too low. So maybe like, yeah, maybe we should have gone even higher than 30, than like 35. Maybe we should have gone like 40. But I see you've got edges going around that I don't know if are contributing anything. Probably too much geo here on this like bend. I think you need that much geo. I think you need that much. Same here. You got some wasted geo here, I think. See what else you got. Okay, this is a pretty good one to look at. So you've got like a two-edged chamfer here, which is pretty small, but like a pretty small like geo I don't know what you call it, detail, but you've got like one, you've got 16 edges around, and the unfortunate part is we can see a pretty hard silhouette there, I think. Same here. So I think I would have probably removed the chamfer and added more geo around. Also, you've got 1, 2, 3, 7 edges for this inner curve that's not breaking the silhouette. You would have definitely wanted to add that like somewhere here or here. So check out this curve right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whereas this like major curve right here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You would have definitely wanted to cut this down to 1, 2, 3, probably even 4. Maybe could even get probably do 3, but probably 4. Then added like another segment in between here. Probably would toss the 3-edge bevel here. Don't think you need it. This area here is very dense in geo when it doesn't need to be. Would have been better added to the main body. Definitely the main body. We're gonna see this in the renders, I think. Like even taking a look at this curve. This curve is perfect right here. But just compared to its surrounding details, it's too low. You can probably toss that this geo here as well. Yeah, modeling this in was not the right move. I don't think. Would have definitely been better added here. But other than that, looks pretty good. Check for like any major discrepancies here. Part almost feels a little too thick, maybe. I could be wrong. You got that screw. Looks like you didn't go and add this cable. That's a cool detail I would have added. Pretty good. We're gonna look at that ring, see how much geo that ring's got. I don't see anything major. Same thing here. I would have filleted that edge, just like this reference here. Make it really read like a plastic as opposed to a metal, you know. But let's take a look at the iron sight. Sights look good. Good. Kind of a density issue. This ring right here, or this cylinder here, is really low compared to the bordering geo. Probably would have reduced this a bit and then added more here. But looking good. Looking good. And then this reference has a different bolt here. Also, make sure you rotate the bolt so it's not 90 degrees. So it looks a little more natural. Sight looks good. This sight, let's check the front sight. We had a pretty good render somewhere in the front sight, didn't we? Oh man. Looks like we're missing a couple details from this spring. We're missing that hook. We're missing that piece that comes up to make it really... That's really what makes this thing functional, because that's the spring that you collapse down. So right now, excuse me, the way you have it is kind of fake, like it would just like flop down. So that's a detail I would have definitely added. Also, looks like we're missing these cuts. I think Hex Insanity had that. No? Am I tripping? Yeah, looks like you got them too. Looks like we're missing those. Oh, you baked them in. Okay. I'm not sure if I would have baked those in. That is a tough sell, I think. However, it does look good because the way you look at this thing, you look at it directly down this line of sight. So it does work. However, there's a chance that we will see it from the side. And right here, it looks very fake. So not sure if I would have baked those in. But given the try count, probably not the worst idea. All right, let's take a look at the UVs. Pretty good. Good. You've got some areas that could just be straightened like that. Probably straighten that out. Yeah. And then here is kind of a no-no. So you got these like really curved pieces here. Definitely could have been straightened out. I don't think there's anywhere on this where you don't need them to be straight. So I think we're losing a bit of resolution because of these guys. So definitely would have straightened those guys out. This is concerning. I guess you have like really close together like rectangles. Probably want more padding for something. When you're baking lower resolutions, you'll see the padding if it's too tight. Like right now, I think some of the padding is like too tight. Something like this, just pick an edge and straighten it. Same here. Some unused space here. You got a ring here. Definitely would have broken that and straightened it out. Some unused space here. Could have filled this up if you wanted to, but that's kind of being picky. Yeah, and then these, I just straighten these. You know, gotta straighten those. Same here. But pretty good. Got some empty space, but I give them a solid B. B as in Bravo. Just some empty space. They feel a little auto packed, I think. Just kind of yeah, when you get stuff like this where it's like it was like almost like these were packed in like different sections and then just kind of stuck together, you get kind of unused space. So I think it definitely needs a little bit more more of a human touch, but give it a solid B. Check that out. We checked that out. Checked out the model. Let's check out the texture. Kind of the same thing here. A little too much noise, I think. Pretty cool that you modeled this internal piece. I never knew what that looked like, so that's always cool. You have a better shot of that. I think you have a good density on that ring, actually, now that I look at it. I like the radial scratching that you've got there. I'd probably toss this stuff or like cut out or subtract like this area of it and just kind of leave it like that. It feels too like perfect and it cuts off at the same angle like that. Looks like you kind of took a stencil and then painted in with a brush like here. You dragged your brush along this way. Um, like this. That looks cool. That was like makeshift or something. Not bad. Not bad. So like we mentioned earlier, I would definitely want to get in the habit of like differentiating the normal maps by a lot. Like just pushing it even further. So like the sticker you got going on here, these bubbles and stuff, super nice. These are awesome. These look really good. And you've got the sticker scraping. That looks pretty good. I would probably, if you have too much scraping, I'd probably just chip some of it. You know, just chip some of it out. But really nice bubbles on the stickers. I think we could have maybe dialed down. I think I can tell that you used like a stripes and then like a warp filter. I want to say. I'd probably tone it down like this little section right here where it's got the like the gloop. You can kind of tell it's like a chunk of gloop. I think I like that a little bit better than the general noise that you have, and then the same kind of repeated brushing pattern you got there. And this dust is not working. This dust, the dust is looking a little rough. It's super. I can. It just doesn't. It doesn't have like a. It's just all over the place. It's like perfectly filling this crevice, then it perfectly fills like this face next to it. It's perfectly in this crevice. I think the dust needs a bit of a rework. It almost looks like you put a fill layer on it and then subtracted out the edges. The way it like perfectly aligns to this edge. Something I would have tossed. Yeah, the dust is not working. I would tone this down significantly, and this kind of needs a bit of a redo. As far as the main color goes, I had you guys doing the desert tan sort of version right here. I'm not sure if you wanted to go a different way, but I would have gone a bit, you know, change up the color a bit to get it more brownish yellow, like the reference. Same thing here with the same thing with the spring. We're missing the functional elements, that hook, and then the part that sticks out. I will say you got the nice plastic though. This piece looks very nice. Looks like plastic. Looks good. These we talked about earlier on Hex's work. Would have gone smoother. I think I would have gone smoother. And then focus on some of the subtle details. What's that ring? I don't know what that ring is, but it looks cool. Some of these injection. Oh, you do have these. Okay, cool. Yeah, would have gone a little bit softer or not, smoother, so that you could really because I can see you kind of got some like diffuse details, but if you went smoother, I think we could have let some of them shine. Like I can see you kind of got some sort of diffuse stuff, but yeah, it would have differentiated a lot. It's unfortunately a bit too low here. See that? Pretty a sore thumb, unfortunately. Now, one thing I see you have this like crevice here. I will say your tape looks pretty cool. It's got like a nice see, this is the kind of tape that I think I would see on this. I like the bubbles you got. Yeah, I really like how you did the tape. I'll probably just toss a lot of this like white scratching details on it. It's kind of repetitive a little bit. Maybe just have it in a couple areas. That looks good right there. Instructions. Yeah, one thing I think you really nailed is the sticker's bubbles. Really nailed that. Nice job on that, dude. Maybe overly sharpened here. Perhaps. Perhaps. Not sure where these lines come. If I like them or not. Love the content models texture. All right, he loves it all. Ooh, this render is a little too noisy. So one thing that happens when you turn on chromatic aberration, when you have a super noisy surface, is everything gets like all your height details get chromatic aberration applied to them. So keep that in mind because it looks a little rough. It honestly kind of ruins the model. Like all of this stuff, it has chromatic aberration to it. I'd tone that down quite a bit. Also for this plastic, I would have definitely gone smoother. And then added this seam, going the plastic injection mold seam. Let's check out some of these colors you could have added. Some of these like red colors going on. I would have checked those out a little more. I want to look at this sticker again. I like this sticker. Yeah. Okay. We got that. What was this thing called? Screw called? Got that DIN 912 type screw. Um, yeah, I would have modeled in this cord detail. I think that would have been nice. This render is pretty good. It's got some good lighting. Yeah, I can tell it's thicker here, thinner here. Just be pretty consistent, I think. Not sure why it wouldn't be. Pretty good. I definitely think the colors are a bit off from the reference that I wanted you guys to texture, but I won't hold it too much to you. And I think maybe you could have tossed some of this yellow stuff and opted for more. How do I put it? We had a really good reference of that pad. Here. Go for more like lighter scuffing in some of these details. And then you can kind of see a really subtle gradient towards the edges where it gets really high, like almost like it's like worn out more there, and then it gets darker on the edges. Next challenge is texturing only. Yes. Next challenge will be textures only. Um, if it goes good, then we'll do it more. But I really don't want to do, a 4 hour live stream of texturing, but we'll see what's going on. It looked like in some areas this was like a smooth plastic, and I kind of liked it. Like here, it's like a smoother look, but then here it almost looks like too noisy, like looks super noisy. I think we're missing the functional elements of the screw over the spring here as well. Um, that's all I really got. I'd probably toss the blue stuff. Doesn't really have any like context to be on there. The red stuff is cool though. I like the red. And then I think this is supposed to be rust. I think that's supposed to be rust. Okay, I see it. Some sort of like or whatever this orange stuff is. I can kind of see it. I think maybe if you dial down the noise on it, let it be like a solid, more solid shape, it would have been looked a little better. But same here. Dial down the noise on it. Well, what do you guys think? About all I got. Yeah, there's this really cool injection mold you could have done here. Looks like Hex has the injection mold, but pretty good stuff. I'm trying to think, any last notes on this? Too much little speckly stuff. Speckly. Which speckles? Let's find your best render. This is kind of cool. Very slow or stopped. Medium speed. Fast. Like the one with the sight. Yeah, this one's pretty good. I think it's a little flat. I think the lighting is a little flat. It's like coming directly down on top. I think if you had done like a more angled lighting setup, you'd get like a nice like gradient going across the body, or some like more, bit more interesting lighting. Something like this one. This one's pretty good. This one's also pretty good. If I had to pick one, I'd probably say this is your best. They're all pretty good though. This one's a little flat. I'd probably toss. This one's a little flat as well. Toss this one. Well, while we're here, since I gave you render feedback, I guess I should give. This one's good. Maybe just like a rim light or something. I can see you got a little bit, but I think you need some more rim light. Maybe got a little bit of rim light there. Neighbors are yelling. I think the perspective off. Well, nah, you're fine. It's pretty good. I think the renders might just be a little dry. I don't think there's. I think it could use a bit better lighting. It would definitely benefit from some higher texture resolution. I'll give you that. Like I would probably go back and like change this thing to 4K and do it. But yeah, some of the surfaces are like kind of empty. But pretty good, pretty good. And that'll do it. How long was that? 1 hour on the dot. Check that out. Well, thank you guys for sticking around. I think the winner, looking at the technical stuff, a little bit of the texture work, well, a lot of the texture work, I think the winner, two-time champion, Hex Insanity. They call him the two-time. Wait a minute. I need to. Oh, I don't want to. Okay, we're not calling you the two-time. That's double champion. Yeah, I might have to make a new like a badge for you guys. The Conor McGregor. Yeah. And then in a close second, Talha. Very solid work. This is some good portfolio stuff. Although I'd probably bump it up to 4K. Looking back, hindsight's always 20/20, you know, but bump it up to 4K. Maybe dial back some of the surfaces a bit. Honestly, okay, look. I know I had you guys do this tan version, but there's this really good. If you guys could do this material right here, this like kind of gloopy paint, smooth paint job, I think it'd look a lot better. I think it would. As opposed to kind of just a bit of too noisy, but here it kind of looks like cement too. Anyways. And then a little bit more work on the UVs. Solid modeling job all around, just a little low. Poly density is a little strange in some areas. Like here, there's a 2-edge chamfer here. The flow also seems off here. I definitely would remove those edges and put it where it needs to be. You know, so that's pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Cohen says great work, so that means you guys did fantastic. And definitely before you post, this area needs to change. The dust here is not looking great. But you are the winner of either one of my tutorials or $20 Steam gift card. So let me know which one you want. I'll be DMing you, and then Cohen will be DMing Mr. Hex Insanity. But I'll be writing up the TWR magazine right now, and then yeah, that's it. But anyways, I got a new guitar. Started learning guitar. The stream's over, by the way. But check this out. Check this out. I've only learned one tiny song. Hold on. Where's my OBS? Pull up OBS real quick. Sorry. You don't want to see that. Check this. Check it out. You guys hear that? It's hard. Wait, what? Damn it. Anyways, that was TNT by AC/DC. But anyways, great work, and I will see you on the next one. The next one's gonna be huge. I think we're gonna get like Ready to play better. I think we're gonna get like a shitload of submissions, so it's gonna be the ultimate texturing challenge stream you have ever seen in your lifetime. But anyways,